Hey, you know, I'm a very peaceable person. I don't go out looking for fights. I try to avoid them. I don't really like conflict of any kind. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to let somebody, you know, walk all over me or especially someone else just because I don't like conflict. I'm very big on live and let live. I'd be very thrilled to just, let everybody do their own thing as long as they're not hurting anybody else. And that's the problem. People who believe in government, statists, just absolutely cannot bear to leave other people alone. They've got to have their hands in everything, in everybody's business. They've got to meddle, interfere, and they'll, absolutely beat you to a pulp and kill you if you don't go along with them. And it's a very, very unfortunate thing. It's very sad, but it's just reality. I would be perfectly happy to let people have their little government, let them do whatever they want, as long as they would just leave everybody else out of it. Don't force us to pay for your government. Don't force us to go along with all of its counterfeit rules. Just leave us alone. But statists just can't bear to do that. And that's where the main conflict between statists and the people who value and understand liberty comes from. And, I just don't know how to resolve it. That one commenter of mine that's constantly saying, kill them all, let God sort them out, he believes that there's no compromise possible with statists. I don't want to believe that, but I'm afraid he might be right. That doesn't mean that I'm going to act like a statist just because of them, and I'm not. I think if you lower yourself to behaving like them, you haven't gained anything. But I do understand where he's coming from, and I understand why he feels that way. Because statists just can't keep their hands off of you. And that's going to be, eventually, it's going to be really tragic. It's going to bring some real tragedy to the world. I don't know how or when, but I know it, and probably you know it too. Until then, I will continue to be peaceable as I possibly can, and just basically feel pity for statists for being such twisted people. But, what can you do? It's the way they want to be. Anyway, see ya.